Yo, YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Cray, and as you guys know how we do here, we just gonna go ahead and we just gonna dive right into things here. And little disclaimer, I want to let you all know I'm coming from a place of frustration. So if you hear me kind of get a little hype or a little wild or anything of that magnitude, know that again I'm just coming from a place of frustration and emotions are involved a little bit. But yo, ultimately, third parties, they gotta go. Third parties have to go. 100, 1,000, 1,000,000%. Third parties, they just gotta go. And really, I think overall, I actually have a suggestion, or I have a few suggestions that could probably overall improve the quality of life, or they might not. Maybe Apex or Respawn has ruled these things or taken these things into account. Maybe they're working on these things right now. I have no idea, but like, I just gotta get this off my chest, y'all. I do. And really, I think the premise of third parties comes primarily based off of bad audio. Like, yo, why can't we hear gunshots all across the map, like from 2 or 3 POIs away? Like, yo, check this out. I could literally be chilling, like, I don't know, at Mirage Voyage and hear stuff in Harvester. It's like, son, why is that possible? Why is that possible? Like, that should not be the case at all. Like, Apex, if you're going for realism, like, come on now, we're in an alternate universe where people are going into the void, and then their prior selves and future selves are talking to them, and then we got a robot dude that think he a human. Like, realism is out the window. It's completely out the window. So let's not try to use that argument. I think ultimately that just has to be toned down. Whatever they have to do to tone that down and make it POI specific. Like if there's gunshots or make the neighboring POI be able to hear it, or just something of that nature, and just make that a lot more distinctive, because there's a lot of times where I'm looking to fight and I go to the POI next to me, ain't nobody there. And then I go to the next one, and then I'm like, oh, okay, this is where the people were fighting, but the fight is over with. It's done, because they were 10,000 meters away clapping and fighting and doing all that crazy stuff. But ultimately, I think that just has to get toned down. That definitely does have to get toned down. I think that should be option number one. Another option, which I think could be a catch-22, I think it could be a slippery slope if this was incorporated. I mean, matches already end super fast. They already do, let's be honest. But if they added some type of siphon, I know Fortnite played around with it for a while. People loved it, but it just became a crazy pub stomp. People started solo squadding like no tomorrow. Like, it just got crazy, So maybe siphon isn't the best idea, but just hear me out on this. If siphon was included, like, and they could do a trial, they can do an LTM in regards to siphon and call it something, I don't know, call it whatever the heck they want. But maybe siphon could be something that maybe creates a little bit of balance, for the teams that do end up getting third party, and it could be something like a knock or a finish gives somebody 25 shield and or health. Like, I feel like that is something that could potentially work, because if you kill somebody, you just get rewarded with 25 health or shield. Like, that's literally a bullet or two on somebody, So I think that's something that might be able to work. Or if I got a can't think of the term, a squad wipe, if I got a squad wipe and I got 75 shield or health, that at least puts me in somewhat of a position to be able to fight off an opposing team, or it just gives me a better chance so I can get away and I can heal up and we can reset this fight, or anything of that nature. So I think a small siphon is something that could work, but again, it does promote aggressive play. Then Cats is getting pub stomped left and right, but then again, on the flip side of that, they have skill-based matchmaking involved. So maybe, maybe it could work out. Maybe siphon could make itself apparent and actually be viable and useful in the game. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff. I'm just throwing darts on the wall right now because I'm frustrated about these stinking third parties. And kind of a side note, a sidebar here while I'm just ranting. Audio in general just has to be overhauled. It has to be improved, especially if we want this game to last as long as they say it's going to last. They say they have a 10-year plan allegedly, and I know we want this game to last 10 years or beyond or whatever, but audio just needs an overhaul. Like, why can't I hear enemy footsteps when they right next to me? There have been games, I kid you not, where I've been next to an enemy thinking it was my teammate, because that enemy is playing the same character as my teammate and it was an enemy. And then I'm like, oh shoot. Then now we gotta fight face to face. Like, come on now, like that should not be the case. And ziplining. Ziplining has been really weird. I can hear when an enemy hops on a zipline, but I don't hear them ziplining. Like, and I've been killed several times in that manner. And I don't understand that. I don't like, why do I hear my teammates' footsteps more than I hear the enemy's footsteps? Like, there needs to be some prioritizing happening there. And they need to again, just completely overhaul the audio system. Make teammates' footsteps subtle. You know, I can look on the mini map and see, okay, I hear a subtle footstep, okay, that's my teammate. But if I hear a loud footstep, that gives me the opportunity to say, okay, look, I can identify that as an enemy. All right, yo, let's get ready to knock this dude. Let's get ready to put these dudes down, whatever. You know, like, enemy sound should ultimately be a priority. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, these are all things that I am pretty darn sure Respawn is aware of. I am pretty, like, I'm almost certain they are aware of the audio and just how horrific it is right now and how that's holding this game back from being something a lot better than it currently is. And Apex is a pretty darn good game. I mean, I was actually going to make a video complaining about how, you know, they need to add duos and, you know, blah, blah, blah. They need some more events. And then next thing you know, not even 24 hours later, they freaking wrote out the whole Bloodhound event and said duos are coming in permanently, and then we're gonna have map rotations. I'm like, okay, touche, y'all caught me. Y'all caught me. So Apex, they're doing things. Respawn, they're doing what they can at this moment in time with the virus and the pandemic and whatnot. So they're doing some good things, but ultimately I think just improving the quality of life for this game will help increase its longevity. And then we can start focusing on the events and the new characters and just stuff of that nature. And then from that point on, you know, we have us a game that's going to be top tier for a very long time. You know, I think that's the case. So rant over. As I always say, Respawn, I love you guys. I love what's happening. You know, I'm just a little bit frustrated about the third parties. Ultimately, they gotta go. If you guys got any more ideas in regards to how we can stop all these crazy third parties, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear them, because if by some small sliver of hope that Respawn sees this video, I mean, I doubt it, but if they did somehow or some way, that would be dope. If, you know, they can see some type of community feedback and take heed to it and listen to it and blah, 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 blue. So until next time, as always, it's your boy Cray. I am out. I love you all so much for supporting. Make sure you like, comment, and if you are new to the community, hit that sub button. It shows love, and you'll see when my content is always rolling out. And again, until next time, we out. Peace.